Hello and welcome everyone to our session today. It's so great to have you here for another Empire Global Partners webinar. This is the simplified guide to starting a cryptocurrency exchange. Cryptocurrency exchanges have emerged as the central point of discussion on cryptocurrencies as they deal with transactions that are worth billions of dollars every day. If you have been wondering whether you could start your own cryptocurrency exchange business, then you definitely want to listen in today. The answer is yes, you can, and I'm going to go over some steps you can take to do just that without breaking the bank. In case we haven't met, I am Pam Sullivan, webinar host for Empire Global Partners. I'm so glad to be back to deliver another webinar, and we will dive into this fascinating topic in just a moment, but I wanted to first mention that we have a chat box available for any questions that you have as we go along. It's not live, but all of the questions will be sent via email, and we do look forward to reading them all, and we will get back to you just as soon as we can. So in our time together today, I will first give you a quick introduction of what an exchange is and the different types of tokens and coins, how they work, the legal compliances for you to consider, and last but certainly not least, I'm going to give you the exact destination that the experts here at Empire Global recommend as the best place to open your new exchange business. So you definitely want to stick around to hear about that. Now, all of the information provided here is without responsibility, and it's not to be substituted for legal advice. Cryptocurrency exchange is a highly regulated sector, and it's essential that all steps that you take when considering starting or operating your own exchange are in compliance with the law. An expert will help you make the right decisions for your particular situation and jurisdiction and minimize any extra costs or fines that may arise from legal oversight. All of the information we'll go over here today will aid you in understanding the process, and it will help you as you work together with your legal team. This program is brought to you by Empire Global Partners, an international consultancy that has served clients from across the globe. Empire Global's network of attorneys, accountants, and consultants are pioneers in strategic legal planning for online casinos, banking, and cryptocurrency, and you can learn more at empireglobal.partners. Lionel Arouk is the content expert on the topic of cryptocurrency here at Empire Global, and he has developed this training. Lionel is Senior Managing Counsel for Empire Global Partners. He has represented thousands of companies in the online gaming, cryptocurrency, and international business space, and he is legal counsel and advisor for hundreds of companies in over 40 countries. And as I mentioned before, cryptocurrency exchanges are a very big topic in the world of cryptocurrency, and they play a key role in the entire ecosystem. The daily transactions are worth billions of dollars. They allow customers to change their fiat currency, such as dollars, euros, and pounds, into virtual currency or cryptocurrency. These exchanges also enable conversion of cryptocurrencies back into fiat currency, or even conversion from one cryptocurrency to another. So you may be wondering, how will your exchange business benefit from these conversion activities? The answer is that exchanges charge customers a small commission or fee based on the value of every commission that they perform. There are also some exchanges that provide premium service for payment of a fixed fee by the customer. While the fee charged may be a small percentage, the large number of transactions that are performed means that millions of dollars worth in fees are generated by the exchanges. Now, before we move into the technical details of cryptocurrency exchanges, it's essential that we first talk about the various forms of cryptocurrency which they deal with. They are most commonly known as tokens or coins, and they've attracted public attention since Bitcoin skyrocketed and made ordinary people millionaires overnight. Although the terms crypto coins and crypto tokens are sometimes used interchangeably, it is a topic that confuses people because they often are not aware that there are major differences between coins and tokens. They are not the same. So let's begin with coins. The term coin has been associated with cryptocurrency since Bitcoins became popular. While other currencies also began to use the term, such as Dogecoin and Litecoin, Coins are generally only used to refer to cryptocurrencies which are meant to be used as a store of value and a replacement for fiat currencies like US dollars or the euro. Coins by themselves should not provide any other rights or should not have any other use except as a pure store of value and a currency that can be used for day-to-day transactions. Now, tokens, on the other hand, refer to the cryptocurrencies which have additional rights associated with them or have certain particular characteristics. And tokens do not aim to only be a store of value, but may also provide a certain utility to the holder, like the ability to access services through a website. Generally, the prominent coins have their own blockchains, and tokens are built on top of an existing blockchain. In common usage, the Ethereum blockchain hosts a number of tokens. Other coins, such as Bitcoin, Monero, and Ripple, also have their own coins. The distinction between coins and tokens is blurred, and the definitions are always evolving. The names of the tokens may be misnomers, as many frequently use the term coins, so a close evaluation of any token or coin is necessary before dealing with it or purchasing it. Since we will be dealing with tokens and coins as the main tradable commodity, it is essential to be sure that we have them covered in detail. There are generally 4 main types of coins or tokens that the exchanges have to deal with. First, there are coins that we refer to as pure coins, since they do not have any other utility except for acting as a medium of exchange or as a currency. These coins are classified in most countries only as digital assets or commodities, and they have no other value attributed to them except as a currency. The second group is utility tokens, which have a definite function in an ecosystem. For example, Filecoin is a utility token which enables users to rent storage space. The third group involves tokens which are actually tokenized forms of securities. In simple terms, it refers to a security such as shares or debentures or bonds, which have been converted into the form of a token so that it may be held or transferred across the blockchain. Let me point out here that it's often so difficult to tell the difference between tokens, so please be sure to get help from a legal expert if there is any question about whether a particular token should be categorized as a utility or a security token. This becomes critical for exchanges that do not have a license for dealing in securities, because in that case, only utility tokens would be permitted. The lines between utility tokens and security tokens are sometimes so blurred that the token issuers themselves cannot categorize them into a particular group. In these situations, they are considered as tokens which have not been defined or categorized. And again, this is why it's so important to get the legal opinion from an expert, since the exchange needs to put them into one of the categories so that they can be traded on. It's always good practice to seek the advice of an expert to prevent any possible legal problems. An important point to note here is that you should determine in advance what types of tokens that you want to allow on your cryptocurrency exchange, because you will need to apply for your license accordingly. And remember, security tokens cannot be traded without having a license for the trading of securities. Before we dive into the groups and types of exchanges, let me highlight that the coins which are only meant to be a store of value can generally be traded in all types of exchanges we discuss in this session, as they are generally traded like commodities with no other benefit which may be derived by the buyer. Exchanges fall into 3 main groups: a security token exchange, a utility token exchange, and the third type of exchange permits trade in both utility and security tokens. A security token exchange, as the name suggests, primarily deals with security tokens. These exchanges list security tokens for trading and should have a license for dealing in securities. The second group consists of exchanges that deal only with utility tokens. They do not need a license to deal in securities. The third group of exchanges is the most versatile, as it is able to deal with both security and utility tokens. Most cryptocurrency exchanges which were established before 2018 dealt either with security or utility tokens, but we're now seeing those that deal with both types. They may, however, regulate the users who are allowed to purchase the security tokens, since trading in securities is a strongly regulated sector in many economies. While the exchanges may vary depending on the cryptocurrency assets that are traded on them, they may also differ on the mode of functioning, and it is very critical to determine the type of market that you want to target before you select a particular model. Centralized exchanges are the first among the two key types, and they were also the first to emerge. These exchanges enable the purchase of listed tokens through an exchange of fiat or other cryptocurrencies. The exchange basically acts as a broker and a clearinghouse between the token issuer and the purchaser. It can also hold particular types of tokens and release them later based on customer demand. The second group of exchanges is decentralized exchanges, which only provide the platform for trading between interested buyers and sellers and do not hold any tokens themselves. They may, however, provide escrow services to the buyer and seller to help the transaction go through. It is essential that you decide which type of exchange you want to establish, since the type of technology and software, along with the design of the app or the website, will have to be decided accordingly. Something that I'd like to highlight before moving forward is a crucial piece of advice, in that it's highly recommended that you get in touch with an expert right from the moment you start considering operating your own cryptocurrency exchange. Cryptocurrencies, and particularly security tokens, are such a highly regulated sector, and it's essential that all steps you take are in compliance with the law. An expert will help you make the right decisions and also minimize any extra costs or fines that may arise from legal oversight. So please be sure to reach out to an expert sooner rather than later into the process. Once you have your legal team of experts in place, some of the things they'll help you navigate are all of the legal compliances and the necessary paperwork which is essential to establish a cryptocurrency exchange. A cryptocurrency exchange may require 4 main types of permits or licenses: the general license for the exchange, a license to maintain a virtual currency wallet or perform escrow services, a license to deal in securities, and other permits depending on the country of operation. And I want to help you understand each type because this is an important first step in the process. So let's break them down one by one. First, you will need a license to operate a cryptocurrency exchange from the regulators. Now, in many countries, it may be a license to convert and transmit currencies. In case the country where you want to license does not provide a cryptocurrency exchange directly, you will need to consult with your legal counsel regarding the type of license that will be required to operate. The second license that you will need is to operate a virtual currency wallet if you want to provide the users to store cryptocurrencies on your exchange. This is only relevant for a centralized exchange. For a decentralized exchange, you may need permission to provide escrow services. There are other countries where it is not regulated, but you will need to discuss that with your legal counsel regarding the exact requirement. The third type of license is relevant for exchanges that want to deal with security tokens. They will generally require a separate license to deal with securities. Trading in securities is a highly regulated sector in most countries, and you may need to meet very high thresholds of funds and expertise for such a license. And last but not least, you may be required to register and pay for taxes in countries where you operate. Annual filings may also be required with the financial regulator or the regulator by the companies. A very small number of countries also require a separate registration and filings by companies who deal with financial assets. Please discuss with your legal counsel if you are required to make any of these filings. While obtaining the license is a critical step, it is only the first on the path to starting your own exchange. In these early stages, it's very important to understand which service providers will be crucial for your success. At the top of that list should be banking and payment processing service providers. A smooth flow of funds is essential for your business to function. The next on your list should be your software developers and website or app designers. And finally, you will need advertising professionals who can help you reach your customers all across the globe. Now, all of these areas are so important to the success of your business, so let's break them down in a little more detail. In your exchange business, you will probably be dealing with multiple types of currencies and customers from all across the globe. So, choosing the right bank and payment service providers is truly the lifeblood of your business. It becomes crucial that funds can be transferred easily across borders and customers have a smooth payment experience. You should also be able to transfer back funds to the customers easily in case they want to change back to fiat currency. Considering their importance, they should be chosen after close consultation with experts. And of course, you should try as much as you can to choose reputed banks and service providers. In many countries, the banks and payment service providers refuse to deal with cryptocurrency exchanges. So it is recommended that you choose the licensing jurisdiction very carefully. While the ease or cost of licensing may be a consideration, if there are no banks that want to deal with you, then you won't be able to start your business. It is recommended that you get in touch with your consultant who can give you some options of service providers whom would be best to approach. A professionally designed website or app is absolutely essential. Stability, functionality, and reliability of your site are key, not only in getting your business up and running, but also making it attractive to your potential customers. Select a professional developer with the expertise who can custom design your software so that it offers a good customer experience and to ensure that customers keep coming back to your website. Good design and ease of use can really help your business stand out. Special focus should be placed on the availability of multiple languages and easy-to-use features. For your business to gain the trust of your customers, you should also provide them with a way to contact you through many different channels. Consistent, rapid response and around-the-clock service is favored by customers, so you should aim to provide these services. Now, once you have your license, your website, and your app, you're almost ready to go. But there's one final step, and that is to ensure that your customer-facing paperwork is in place. A key part of this paperwork is the need to verify the identity and the documentation of your customers. A contract should be executed with a service provider who will verify the identity of the customer that is on your platform. This is required in most jurisdictions to comply with the Know Your Client rule and anti-money laundering laws. Only screened customers should be permitted. As a customer-facing business, you should also have clear terms and conditions for providing your services and a well-drafted privacy policy, which states how you operate and how you deal with the customer data. The documents should also clearly mention any blacklisted jurisdictions from which you are not able to accept customers. And finally, you should provide clear information about the fees you will charge your customers and the services that you will provide to them. This is essential to prevent any misunderstandings and potential litigation. As the trend of cryptocurrencies becomes more and more mainstream, you may have a vision of the potential rewards of starting your own exchange business. But just as with starting any type of business, you want to make sure that you follow the proper steps to make sure that you'll be successful in your new venture. So before we move to the final part of our session today, let's take a very quick, very brief look at the essential stages of starting any type of business. You should first start with a feasibility study, one that includes a good understanding of the costs involved as well as where you will obtain your funding. This is followed by establishing the structure of your business, such as how it will be run, as well as legal and other service providers. Next is obtaining the necessary licenses, and the final stage is going live with the operation of your business. Now, as I promised at the beginning of the session, I want to wrap up by giving you the destination that Empire Global Partners recommends as the ideal place for obtaining the license for your cryptocurrency exchange business. This is based on their experience of dealing with license applications in many different countries. Among the criteria that they took into consideration when looking at all of the possible locations are things like cost of the licensing process, the ease of licensing, and the benefits which can be derived from the license. The preferred pick of a country where you should apply for your cryptocurrency license is Kazakhstan. This is a highly stable country which provides a single all-inclusive license for operating a cryptocurrency exchange. When you open a local company, you will obtain a Kazakhstan Financial Services license, and that allows you to open your own cryptocurrency exchange and perform all of the functions related to it. And the benefits do not end there. The Kazakhstan license allows you to deal with all forms of tokens and coins, including security tokens, and also receive clients from across the globe. Kazakhstan also has banks and service providers who are willing to work with cryptocurrency exchanges licensed there, which makes it very convenient for the license holders. In addition to the convenience of the licensing process, the documentation process is also made very simple, and normally only a notarized copy of your passport is required. There are also no minimum capital requirements, and the process of licensing can generally be completed within 6 to 8 weeks. However, the key feature that seals the deal for Kazakhstan is the flexibility of the license to provide other services if required, such as money transmission, payment services, or forex services. This means that the licensee may provide other services to its customers as well if it desires or if sought out by its customer. So I know that I've given you so much to think about here when considering starting your own cryptocurrency exchange, from understanding how they function, the different types of currencies, the benefits and rewards, licensing and costs, and most importantly, making sure that you follow all of the rules and regulations in your jurisdiction. So if you are thinking about setting up your own exchange, Empire Global Partners is your team of experienced and competent legal professionals with years of experience in the cryptocurrency exchange sector. And they are here to make the process so much easier for you. So to talk to the experts, you can easily set up an appointment for a time that is convenient for you right online. Just go to calendly.com/Empire Global Partners. Or check out their website. You can also get in touch with them there, www.empireglobal.partners, or you can email them directly at info@empireglobal.partners. We would love to also connect with you on social media. We're on Facebook at Empire Global Partners, Twitter at Empire Globals, Instagram at Empire Global Partners, and we're also on YouTube. And again, you are welcome to use that chat box here before you go today. Just type in your question and hit send. We look forward to reading them all. We receive them by email, and we will follow up with you just as soon as we can. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you soon.